Hello, we're on again. We're on again. The paints are out again. I've only just picked this up and I've got paint on me. It's on my finger already. Paint everywhere. So I'm just grabbing a nice dirty colour. Nice dirty colour. Where am I going to put this? Of course, I'm going to put it on the ground. I'm going to put this on the ground. So our ground is going to be here. So this plate has got the paints that I used in my last painting. The sailboat with the wave crashing up against it. It's a good one. I enjoyed that one. Today I want to do a bit of a landscape. Now I'm using my my best bud, my best bud Vincent for this inspiration. Because I used to copy Van Gogh paintings, not as a living, by the way. If there's any police listening. Just for fun, just for fun, just enjoyment. And I painted one. It's on my wall, and I do like it. It's not really not really that well known of a painting, to be honest. And it's my copy of one that he did, but it's in a really fancy looking frame, so it looks the business. The frame I got in a second-hand shop. It's only a cheap one, but it looks good. And this is a bit of a version of it. It's not nowhere near the same, and nowhere near as good, of course. Because he was a better painter than me. Of course, he was much better. He progressed amazingly in his time. Anyway, this isn't a history lesson on Vincent, because I'm not good enough to do one of those. But what we can do is have a bit of fun painting a landscape. So I'm doing my washes and things change as I'm painting, and I start seeing things that I want to do or want to do differently. But the beginning part of this one, I wanted like a dark, so something like that. And then, as it starts to dry away, that's when we can start adding more layers with another brush. I think I'll go for the smaller brush. Got my Cotman brush. I like this brush actually. I could do with a few more of these. These are really nice Winsor & Newton Cotman brushes. I find them really nice actually. I'm not saying that they're the best brushes ever, but I like them. And they're even better because I got them for free. I got given them. So that's even better, isn't it? Nothing quite like a freebie brush. Right, so I'm going to get some white. Oops, that's my microphone. Going to get some white and some blue. And have some light piercing through the dark. So here and there, we'll have some light. Bit of blue sky. Blue sky breaking through. So if you're wondering what I'm using, if you've not watched one of these videos before, this is a scrapbook that you can get from... I got it from a sort of a shop with all kinds of stuff in. You don't necessarily only get these in art shops. They sell them. Well, I got mine in. If you're in the UK, I got mine from the range. But you can get them in other places. I think I got one from the works once as well. So I just smudged that with my finger, and then I can go over it again. It's just a way to give that effect that there's cloud around it. Without painting in the cloud, you're removing paint, messing it up a little bit. And then you can always put more in wherever you want, but as a sky, bloop, maybe a bit there. I think that'll do. I don't really want to do too much in the sky. So I'm going to put a building in as this dries nicely. Dries nicely. I can put a building in with some, have a bit of this burnt umber. Put a bit of fresh burnt umber out because that other one was getting a bit dark. This is a bit of homemade burnt umber there. The remnants of it. Homemade burnt umber. I'm going to make some more actually. Homemade paint works really well. Works just as well as the expensive stuff because you can make watercolour with just pigment and gum arabic, and that's all you need. The only problem you'll find is it doesn't look as good as shop bought paint because gum arabic and pigment on its own is not that stable, as in it cracks. So you'll notice that it cracks on your palette. But anyway, it works though, because it's just a cosmetic thing. Because the makers thought, oh, that doesn't look too good for my master of the house. So we're gonna have to do something about that. We don't want Lord Derbyshire using paint that cracks. We want it to be better. Not sure if there is a Lord of Derbyshire. But if there was, he wouldn't want watercolours that cracked, I tell you. He wanted it to be nice and not cracked. So they'd put something else in it to stop it from cracking, like I've read that they used honey at times, and other stuff. So we've got a house, we'll have one there, we'll have one here. I was looking at houses on my way home from work, thinking, oh, what kind of house shall I do? I'll do one that's gone this way, but then it also goes across like this. Maybe it goes over there. So it's got a roof there. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's got a little bit of an outer bit as well. Someone's been putting extensions on this house. Well, they're making it harder for me to paint them, aren't they? Stop doing extensions in this make-believe world. Another house over here. Another one from the side like that. Like that. There's a chimney. Something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll get some, what should we have, blue. Oh, we want some of this green. Just need a bit of water to reactivate this. Don't need loads, just a little bit. We go into this brown. We've got some colour for trees and things for the background, because this is going to be all, you know, like a I want it to be a bit darker than that. That's a bit too pale. Something like this. Trees behind this. There. Could have painted them in before actually, but I'm just making this up as I go along. So with the Van Gogh painting in mind, but not the same. So it's just an idea. Some trees back here. Add some taller trees, maybe. Maybe there's one there. Another one there. Kind of reminds me of a place near me now. I end up painting every painting that looks like places around where I live. It's the thing when you use your memory though, or when you make stuff up, things from your memory start coming into the paintings. Especially when you're driving around trying to observe everything like I do. Observing this, observing that. Let's send that building further back. So I want a strip of green. So I'm just going to get some yellow into the green and a bit of white. Oops. Bit of green, yellow. Get a strip of grass. Now I've seen this a few times where the light sort of hits just one area of grass like this. When I've been out painting, that is, I've seen this. And then the rest is not so bright. It's that evening light you get. When there's a lot of clouds, you can get like shafts of light that sort of come out and hit some of the... Actually, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get a little bit of burnt sienna and white. A little bit of burnt sienna. Maybe I can put a little bit of light on this building here. Just on like the front of it, and maybe this side as well. Maybe there's a bit of light just hitting some of this. This house is looking further forward than that one because it's bigger. And it does look it as well. So what I might do to actually send it further forward and send this one further back, what I might do is do this. Cut some of that off. And then this one can bring forward. Whoops, that's a bit bright. What I want to do as well, that's nicely nestled back there. Quite like that. I want to put some lights on in the house as well. So I'll get some of this yellow and white. I need some white for sure, because the white of the gouache is the opaqueness. Titanium white is an opaque colour as well, so you're getting double the opaqueness. And yellow. Maybe throw a bit of red in it as well. Try and have it as not as wet. Don't want it to be too wet, so I'm going to put a window in with the light on. So if there's 2 stories, maybe there's a light up there. Maybe there's one down here. The big window in the front room. Maybe there's a few lights on in this house. See, windows are quite good for scale, so you can scale up or scale down things. And this one back here, maybe there's no one home there. Now let's put some windows on. Tiny little windows. I may even have a door with a bit of light around it. So we've got all sorts going on over here. Maybe there's another window there. Okay. Now I want some dark. I've got to play the game of light and dark, you see. So I've got some green. Green and black. Green, black and brown. It's nice dirty green. There we go. So we'll have some bushes and things along here. Bit of a gap there where people walk through. Sort of grass been trodden down a bit there. Something like that, and then we'll have the path. The path that comes on there, sort of going all this. It's quite wide. A lot of people walk up this path. Use brush strokes downwards to sort of draw you in. Or should I? Change my mind now. I'm going to do side brush strokes now to make it sideways. It's got some browns and greens and what I tend to do, which is quite a good way of doing things, is bigger brush strokes closer to you and then smaller brush strokes as you go further away. That gives you the indication of small, further away, closer, bigger. As it gets bigger, it's closer. That's a good way of getting that brushstroke effect. And as you get more confident with your brushstrokes, you start doing what you want to do. It's what people say about forgetting the rules. The rules, they mean nothing to a painter eventually because they're doing what they want. I just give out little tips, things that I've picked up. I think it's important because I've got tips off people, and then you'll probably give tips to people as you learn and get better, and you'll think, oh yeah, that helps. And then you start helping out other people paint, and then we all become better. We all become better eventually, don't we? I'm just scraping this in. Scraping it in. It's kind of a dry brush. I'm going to go over it anyway. This is looking like an old field, which is good, because I like that. You get some green in there. So the page that I've done like a layer over is working quite well as a base coat for this. Gonna get some yellow ochre. I want some white. Titanium white, I'm getting, I'll show you. Titanium white and yellow ochre. Maybe a bit of this raw sienna as well. Why not? Get some of this area. Some more light. Gonna have some light hitting this bit as well. Maybe there's some hitting that bit there. Sort of strips of light. Just throwing in a bit of burnt umber into my colour, just to dull it a bit, that's better. So I can break this colour up a bit, so it's not all the same. Maybe I'll take this all the way up path. Why not, eh? Why not? I can get some black and green. Some real dark area around here. Muddy. And then now I can break this up. Put in some stuff growing here. Maybe we can make changes, brush strokes in different directions, in different places. And then, what I want to do, I'm going to get some black and brown, and do the old trick again. Flicking the paint. Have a bit of a drink before. This is a very dark day. Just flicking the paint onto this. Don't want any on there. You can use that like a page to cover your area, so you don't get any on places that you don't want. Okay, just adds a little bit to that. Now I want to put in a few trees. Get some browns. Browns and greens. I'll go browns and greens. So where do we want a tree? We'll have a tree here. Touch more brown in it, I think. Maybe one there. One there. Couple there. Another one here. And then get like a bit of the yellow ochre in with my green. No, it's not very dark. It needs to be a bit darker for it to show. Don't know what trees they are. This is just a bit of a copy off Van Gogh's trees, to be honest. Using a bit of yellow ochre as well in that. When I say a bit of a copy, I mean, you know, not at that level. Hey, we do what we can, don't we? We do what we can. Might put a bit of light on the side of the trees. Bit of a greyish colour. Maybe the light's coming this way. It's hitting one side of the... And along this one. Maybe we've got somebody walking away from us here. You can see the old dress. body. I'm going to lighten this a little bit, have a bit of light on it. Bit of a greeny blue light. Just hitting that one side. And the top of the head. She walks away with her arms tucked in. Maybe I can put a little bit of a shadow. If the light is coming from one side, maybe there is a bit of a shadow there. We don't want it to be too light because it's quite a dark area. The light area is above, which I could exaggerate more by putting a bit more colour in it. I'll leave the colour there, and I think I'll just put in a few sticks and twigs and stuff, and here and there'd be a few weeds, wouldn't there? You can put in a few of these, you can see that. Little shapes and stuff. Maybe I can put in a few bits of brighter areas just in places. Yeah, there we go. Just blodging that on. So anyway, she's getting a bit too cold. She needs to get home, and the farmer's field looks a bit boring, so I'm gonna go like this. I'm just going to just scrub in a few lines in it. Yeah, I prefer that. So as that dries, should look a bit better. So I'm going to put a couple of birds in. Why not? It's the sort of place you'd get blackbirds, isn't it? Maybe there's one on the field there. Maybe there's one just getting ready to fly up away. Maybe I can paint one in there. Should be able to see it. There's one flying by, another one there. Another one there. Yeah, it's quite a moody looking painting. Like I said, it's a little bit Van Gogh inspired, but it's different. It's not the same as what he did. It's just using some of the elements in the painting. And hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gives you an idea of what you could do when you do your painting, because you could do something better. Of course you can. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.